we are now in this juncture.
So you still have tight security with you 24/7?
Well, yeah, I mean, they provided it. What do you want me to do? You want me to bring in my own? You prefer my own? You prefer theirs?
Have you been receiving any threats after that?
No, I haven't been receiving any threats at all. Everything has gone extremely quiet. Like I said, I've been there. We've been doing our political discourse. And then you guys are seeing what is taking place in our society. Once you have, everyone was claiming that I was the one enticing violence in our society, but violence that came upon me. And where you have the murder of my wife, and you have me that has a bullet in my back, and then on top of that, you have so much different scenarios that is being played just because I'm a public figure. But at the end of the day, what do you want me to do? I felt peace in my heart, as I lay my lovely Sabine to rest. And if I did not feel peace in my heart, the same thing I told the Dutch is the same thing I'm telling you. But I felt peace in my heart. So right now, I am just waiting. They have caught the person who has committed the murder. The person who have committed the murder, according to what is being said and what the evidence have shown and what has been going on, is the brother of Brenda Brooks. I just would like to know who hype him up, who pump him up, who I never met this guy in my life. I don't know him personally. In that ever essence, I don't have no issues with them. But obviously, this is where St. Martin politics has gotten to, where the political assassination of a politician is necessary to continue corruption.
Is he? You said they arrested someone, but is he not just a person of interest?
Well, you could twist the word all you want, partner. The cameras all over the places, whatever it is. Everybody can play politics with the words. Like I always tell people, be careful. We are not a dumb community. This community is a smart community. Everybody knows what's going on in this community. So you can play whatever you want. You can twist it or turn it or twist it. At the end of the day, that's what transpired. And at the end of the day, my job is to always maintain tranquility, because my goal is to become the Prime Minister of this country and turn it around. My wife did not die in vain. We did not start this process because we found that it is necessary to continue the corruption that is being done at the present moment. Everything I have said, it is in front of you now. You have the truth. You see the truth. It is there. Is Olivier Arrindell an underworld drug dealer? No. Has I ever been arrested in my life for anything, any sort of nonsense? No. Do I have enemies in the world in that essence? No. At the perfect time, I will give you the communicative messages once they are done with the investigation, so you can see exactly how this entire thing has transpired.
But there's rumors and there were reports circulating on social media stating that you were involved in some scam, and maybe it's people who is behind you, and that your past could be sketchy.
My past could be sketchy? Jean-Marc, let's be real, man. If somebody wants to murder me, they don't have to come St. Martin and send me a message to pick up documents of corruption to go French Quarter down an alley or in an alley or down an alley. If they want to murder me, they murder me in Congo, they murder me in Santo Domingo. If people want to murder me in that level, they won't come out of a vehicle balling out dead and shooting like that in that essence. I mean, come on, when you're driving off of that, are you people really stupid or ignorant, dumb? You guys you cannot comprehend? I mean, the intelligence is so low. Those people know what they're talking? Do they know what is a scam? What is a fraud? Do they know what is that? I am 44 years old, Jean-Marc. I I left St. Martin 15 years ago. Ridiculously, the people that is scamming and robbing and thieving are sitting in your government. Let's talk about the Enya situation that at least Curaçao media take it up and blow it up because they know actually what they're doing. So ABC News, the international world, and all of the media internationally, they're more intelligent than the community that you grew up in. When you elect gangsters, ghetto, disrespectful people in that essence, this is what happened. The Dutch send down the military. The Dutch send down their best prosecutors. They send down the whole 9 yards. This was not an attempt. You think that the Secret Service of the Dutch do not know who Olivier Arrindell is? And the rumor that is being spread by rumor gumbers and people that wants to get a little fame and talk their nonsense, and that you don't think that the FBI, my wife is an American citizen, you don't think that the FBI and the CIAs and all the intelligence all over the world, they don't know who you are sitting in that radio station interviewing me or everybody else who's involved in the political? I mean, everybody knows. So rumors has to be backed by their conscience, mind, and sense.
So you defute all the rumors that has been circulating on...
I don't need to even give it attention. It's nothing to be diffusing because it's not relevant to the reality of how they want to change it from the facts of it is a political assassination attempt and the assassination of a political leader by the name of OMC. Leader. Wife was assassinated. That's what happened. They paid to get that done.
So
that's what happened.
How far is the investigation? Are you privy to any information?
No one is. The investigation between the authorities, between the two authorities, French and Dutch, is very tight-lipped, and they're not giving me any information. And I think that they're doing a good job. Because they have to come and give me an answer at some point, some way, somehow. They have to give the country an answer. They have to give the country an answer. What is it? What did Olivier Arrindell say that he deserves to be murdered? Was it the $250 million that I say Enya has to be? No. Was it the fact that I said that the motor vehicle has to go back to the people? That a specific family cannot be the one collecting $20 every time you have to screen your vehicle and those things? That I say that these things has to go back to the people? The small man? Is it these aspects? Why do you want to murder me before the debate? Did you read the documents that I put out there whereby there is a report calling these politicians that are in power out? Did you see the report of the $7 million that was given to Richard Gibson, the other $3 million Andy Westcott Williams, Sarah West? Did you see all of these things? This is not things that Olivier Arrindell see. So what we want to do, we want to shoot down Olivier Arrindell. So that is where we have gotten.
Do you have any...
Now, let me...
Question: do you have any facts on what you're saying in calling people's name, for example? Because
but Mark, man, I mean, come on, man. I mean, reading is fundamental. You should join the chat group and see the documents yourself. If Curaçao media know that I'm speaking of facts, how come you guys in St. Martin don't know? What is it? You're part of the cronyism like the other radio stations in St. Martin?
No, I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking the questions because
you're asking me a question, but the facts is this was in court. Richard Gibson received $7.7 million from Enya. It is in court. Who is the ones that are doing the curing of vehicles on the Dutch side? Myers family. Who has the monopoly on number plates? Watty family.
That's right.
Who was the guy that tried to shoot me down or kill my wife? Brenda Brooks, brother. These are facts. These are not no fantasy. So now let me ask you a question. What would you like me to do, or what would you have done in my position at this present moment?
That's a good question.
What would you do when you are driving in your car with your wife and you guys are leaving in the chute and the bullet that went through the door hit your wife and came and hit your chest? The next one your candidate receive in his chest that saved your daughter's life, and the next one lands in your back. What? Inches away from your lungs. 1 second. Inches away from your lungs and your heart. What would you do? Tell me.
What would you say to the rumors that is circulating that you kind of that you orchestrated this? I mean,
brother, I asked you a question. I asked you what would you do?
Olivier.
Yeah, you interviewing me, but I asked you a question, and when you answer the question I asked you, then I will answer that rumor, because you like to go into melee. I asked you a question. If they murder your wife, political assassination, and all of these situations about if I orchestrated this, then I should take revenge. That's what you want me to do?
Of course not. That's
then, so don't come and talk to me about the rumors. Because then I should take revenge.
At least you can get to clarify them, because they are circulating on social media.
Question. Would you like me to take revenge?
Of course not.
Or would you like me, or would you like me to become the prime minister and run this country proper and give my wife the proper honor that she and I was fighting for the people that she loves so much? Do you want me to take revenge, or do you want me to become the prime minister of this country to run it properly? So that's what has happened to me. Don't happen to you tomorrow if you decide that you want to become a politician, similar to what your mom used to be in the past.
Yeah, but
because there have been many vocal in the past. Because when Claude Watty and all of those in the past was worse than Olivier Arrindell when you're doing the political discourse.
So
this is a new time, a new era. So this is why I don't dwell on, oh yes, Olivier Arrindell orchestrated this with a bullet in his back and with no wife right now sitting next to him, always alone, thinking, processing, organizing, have to manage your party, have to manage your company, have to manage your 10-year-old daughter, have to manage your stepdaughter, stepson, your house, your this, your whole life changed, and you have the audacity to ask me about rumors?
It's not a question of audacity, but it's rumors that is circulating, and I would like for you at least to have your clarification on it. But let's move on. And I understand that you.
But I asked you a question. I asked you, now that you're listening to the rumors.
No, I'm not listening to the rumors.
Okay, you didn't answer my question. Would you like? Okay, we're circulating, but I asked you your question now. Would you like Olivier Arrindell retaliate or fix the country?
I already answered that question. I told you that you should not retaliate, and that's not.
Thank you. Then let us move forward from rumors, because rumors is what they are.
Okay.
We live in some. The reality is, Brenda Brooks' brother fire upon us. Brenda Brooks' brother killed my wife. This is what has been going. This is the evidence that is there. Why would you want to shoot down a political man? Right?
So your rhetoric has been damaging people.
The rhetoric has been damaging people more than damaging the country. So therefore I should retaliate, because now you have damaged my wife. My wife is dead. So you talking about damaging people. Now you damage my wife. My wife is dead. So therefore, is this a declaration of war, or is this a declaration of peace? I keep asking the same question. Your words are very ticklish. They have been damaging people. What about the damages of families? What about the poverty level that has gone up? What about the brokenness of the families? What about the corruption of Mullet? What about the corruption within the infrastructure of government? What about all of these different levels? You talk about damaging family. So because a man say what he has to say with his word or mouth, his speech, his freedom of expression, you have the right to want to shoot me down. So Mr. Shamak, it seems like you want me to declare war then. Because everybody who has something to say, wait. Everybody that has something to say, Olivier is this, Olivier is that, Olivier is that means that they deserve to go and get shot down? That's what you're saying to me?
No, definitely not.
Okay, then. So what do we
just
have?
Making sure that we
Freedom of
clarify everything that is circulating, and that we can move on from there. Because of course, you know how the country is, and you know how social media works. You have used the social media, but now let's move on.
The reality of the matter is, I guess that people is afraid of the power vested in me that can be executed with a pen and that can really govern this country. Because the reality, they wanted to murder me before the debate. Now the debate is no longer there. And all of the evidence, the documentations are there. You can go check court dockets. I have not spoken anything different from what has been already expressed in court in all of these different aspects. The difference is I speak it in a way that the small man can understand and that it wake up people. Yeah? So for that, Olivier should be murdered. And we murder his wife. And we were gonna murder his daughter, 10-year-old daughter, and shoot my candidate. So that is a good justification based upon evidence that was out already and based upon their own people giving me information. You know something, Jamal? A $250 million deal with Melody. I did not say that he was going to give $250 million to Ansari and get their kickbacks or whatnot. They said it. I am not the one that has bank accounts in Panama. They have, because it came out in a report. I am not the one that called Sarah Master Lady. It is in a report. I am reading off a report that's been out already. And because those that love to spread rumors don't like to read, I read it for them. So therefore, let us pay to have Mr. Arrindell murder, so these things can go hiding, because if Mr. Arrindell becomes the Prime Minister, Mr. Arrindell is going to ask you back for the money, because Mr. Arrindell already declared that he's not going to bail out Enya, he's not going to do these different aspects. So let us put money together and have him murdered.
So that would be your revenge if you get elected and become Prime Minister?
Oh yeah. My revenge right now, I've always said it, is by the ballot. I'm going to give this country more than ever right now back to the people. They better prepare. You see, GB, they bought generators. Yesterday I spent 5 hours without electricity. And they bought generators. Who is getting the kickbacks? Oh yeah, more than ever now. Honor. I'm going to honor Sabine. That bullet in my back is going to motivate me more than ever now to just give back the country. Before, I would have sit down with them and said to them, look, this is what I found. You know what? We're going to give you a government forgiveness for this. Just pay this, call this a day. Now, there's no mercy when it comes to that. Now we want all of it back for the people. Before, we had a little mercy. We're going to negotiate. We're going to talk. We got this. We got that. Now there's no mercy when it comes to this. Now the whole government going back for the people. Look what happened in Dutch Quarter last night. The violence that's going on in Dutch Quarter, I guess that's the rumor that Olivier Arrindell is such a con man. Maybe I pray for that one there too. But when the parliamentarian get now bad inside of parliament balling about, oh, we don't need military here. Yeah, we don't need the Dutch here and burn us so much hate. And these kids that don't have no future, they get a little money and they start a little riot there. Right after Omar Ati left that place in the day. Y'all people really have something serious to do. Y'all people are not seeing what's going on in St. Martin. But I guess they did that riot in Dutch Quarter last night because Olivier Arrindell is a con man.
Olivier, OMC, from now on, you laid your wife to rest, your companion. Where OMC is heading now? I mean, there's election on the 19th. Are you going to be campaigning publicly? Because
we are campaigning. Yeah, our team are campaigning. We don't do billboards. because we said it before that billboards are not. We talk to people, we discuss, we hit the grassroots, we are in houses, we talking to people. I do my videos, I'm speaking on the radio with you, the only radio that I respect and honor as well, and I thank you guys as well. We give out our magazines and we discuss and we do what we got to do. I'm just waiting right now for the security detail to pick me up so I can go give the letter to the Prime Minister to remind him that he is a demission government and the Parliament is a demission government, and we do not want him to take no measures, no order when it comes to Enya. You know, we campaign, we do what we got to do. Everybody know where we stand. We are going to give the country back to the people. Number one, Belvedere, selling it to the people. They're going to hate me. Tell them prepare all the big guns because there's one dealer selling every single apartment. There's no more longer going to be any housing foundation. We're going to have a housing authority. Omar Atley and all of them can keep on copy-pasting my word. You can never be me. I'm not dead. I'm alive, and I'm going to carry it through. Right? That's second. GB. Privatize. Gone. No more monopoly on electricity. No more monopoly on fuel. No more monopoly in this country. Everything going back to the people. Back to the people. We are not going to treat Dutch Quarter like a second-class stepchild or any poor neighborhood in this society. It's going back to the people. The small man must have an opportunity in his land. The budget is going to become $1 billion, and I know where to go and collect that money. And that is my intellectual secret, because the moment I start to speak about it on the radio, you're going to hear Omara, copying, you're going to hear Undimal. Olivier Arrindell go by the grocery store, talk to people. They go by the grocery store, they talk to people. Olivier Arrindell say A, they turn around, they say E. OMC say B, they turn around, they say B. Everything they try, they can't win. Now that they tried to kill me, everybody gone quiet now. Remember that Silvera Jacob on your radio station. Jacob on your radio station called me evil. Say that I entice violence, but I want to ask Vera Jacob, did her girlfriend get gunned down? No. Do she have a bullet in her back? No. Her friends is the ones that orchestrated. They orchestrated this entire mess that it is in St. Martin today.
Olivier,
this is what's going on in our country. They are the ones that are violent. They are the ones that got our country in the states today. Right after that, shooting down my maho, Olivier Arrindell caused all of that.
Olivier, and you know, people may think that you're sensationalizing the fact that you got shot and you got a bullet and you're using this for political rhetoric. But let's talk about the fundamentals of
I'm using what as political rhetoric. Rhetoric is the fact that you got shot. I do have a bullet in my back.
Yeah.
Do you have a bullet in your back?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. But I have one in my back. And it was put there by a man that is the brother of the president of the URSM. Her DNA. That is the reality. It is in my back. What we just need to find out is who paid for it. That's all. That is the truth. Unless it is what rumored. It is the truth.
Yeah.
So what happened? So in Holland, you have politicians that are colorful. They have the same level everywhere. But nobody can seem to answer me why they want to gun down Olivier. But then it's not political rhetoric. It is political truth. It is the reality. It is the truth, Mr. Jamar. It is the sad truth of where our country has come at this juncture. All political parties pay, go on the radio station and talk a bag of nonsense. Up to this day, they cannot tell you what is the sincere plan. No one can come on your radio station and declare to you, like I am going to declare right now, that we are not going to bail out Enya. We are not going to bail out Enya. The central bank is going to be split up. St. Martin will have its position and develop its economy for its people, by its people, and with its people. They can't tell you that, because they are not St. Martin's people. Because those who wanted to assassinate a political leader that wants to give the small man a break, it is the ones that orchestrated. They orchestrated this entire mess that it is in St. Martin today.
Olivier,
this is what's going on in our country. They are the ones that are violent. They are the ones that got our country in the state today. Right after that, shooting down my maho, Olivier Arrindell caused all of that.
Olivier, and you know, people may think that you're sensationalizing the fact that you got shot and you got a bullet and you're using this for political rhetoric. But let's talk about the fundamentals of
I'm using what as political rhetoric. Rhetoric is the fact that you got shot. I do have a bullet in my back.
Yeah.
Do you have a bullet in your back?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. But I have one in my back. And it was put there by a man that is the brother of the president of the URSM, her DNA. That is the reality. It is in my back. What we just need to find out is who paid for it. That's all. That is the truth. Unless it is what rumored. It is the truth.
Yeah.
So what happened? So in Holland, you have politicians that are colorful. They have the same level everywhere. But nobody can seem to answer me why they want to gun down Olivier. But then it's not political rhetoric. It is political truth. It is the reality. It is the truth, Mr. Jamar. It is the sad truth of where our country has come at this juncture. All political parties pay, go on the radio station and talk a bag of nonsense. Up to this day, they cannot tell you what is the sincere plan. No one can come on your radio station and declare to you, like I am going to declare right now, that we are not going to bail out Enya. We are not going to bail out Enya. The central bank is going to be split up. St. Martin will have its position and develop its economy for its people, by its people, and with its people. They can't tell you that, because they are not St. Martin's people. Because those who wanted to assassinate a political leader that wants to give the small man a break, it is not a person that loves St. Martin. They are not people that care about this place. They want it to remain in the destruction that it is in. And this is not political rhetoric. It is the simple truth. So now in St. Martin, what? My life should have been like John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I am alive because the good Lord, to those who believe in God, Allah, for those who are Muslim, the universe, for those who don't, decided that my job is not done yet on this earth. And what I need to do for St. Martin has to be done.
Olivier,
that's what transpired.
Olivier, in your political program that you have been distributing, to people, the first number one talks about attractive tax structure and zero income tax for the people of St. Martin. Can you elaborate a bit on that and tell us how are you going to have zero income tax? Because you need money to run the country. So if you take
a bottle of rum costs $8. So prepare yourself to pay taxes on rum, import duties on cigarettes. Box of cigarette is going to cost you $26. So just with alcohol, it's going to bring us $1 billion budget. So prepare yourself you love to smoke, prepare yourself to spend money on cigarettes. I don't know, maybe you might buy it on the French side a little cheaper, but on this side of town, is going to be as expensive as it is in the U.S. or anywhere in the world. We no longer going to be alcohol and cigarette duty-free country. because these are where I'm going to generate $1 billion budget. You get it? So those who are the distributors of these aspects, your Hennessy, your alcohol, your this, and wild out it. But that's where I'm going to make the money to cover the bases that will allow for no more income tax.
That that would work well in a country with one government that controls the whole tax system. But here we pretty much have two governments in one on one island, and if the taxes are different on one side than the next, I mean, you're gonna
the taxes on your side is the taxes on your side in France. Yeah, the taxes on France is much more higher. To be quite frank with you, it would be beneficial to see when there is an import duty on alcohol that the alcohol side is very difficult to import alcohol for the douane. Qu'est-ce que tu penses? Que je comprends pas les lois françaises, mon frère. You have douane français. So the point is on the Dutch side, it's not balanced. You see, there is already import duties already in place. It's just not implemented. And I'm saying to you that alcohol, cigarettes, things of that sort will be taxed in order to cover my budget of $1 billion. Healthcare will be covered. For example, you have $1 million. Let me just give you basic mathematics. You ready?
Go ahead.
Basic mathematics.
I ain't good at math, but you go ahead.
This is my era. I may not be able to spell properly, but math I know very well. Antigua, Barbados, all the countries around, they have an environmental tax for every cruise ship passenger. We don't have none in St. Martin. So
you have a tourist.
I'm gonna put environmental. I didn't tell you tourist. Environment. You use my environment, you gotta pay. I'm gonna put the amount there. Let's say I put $50 $50. $50 per head times $1 million is what? That money can be spent for the senior citizens and all the different stuff. But those boys don't want to do that because when they get in the little kickbacks, where is the money to build the marketplace that the $600,000 that the cruise ship gives? They don't want to because they're putting the money in their pockets. Where is the $100 million that the European Union gave to develop Dutch Quarter? The board is still there, The board is still there. It is still there. But we're driving around acting like, Dutch Quarter is on fire. Wow. But the $100 million disappeared from the time of Sarah Westcott Williams and William Marlin and Marcel Gomes and all of them there. The money disappeared, but the board is still there. Did the European Union give it? Why you think no international countries don't want to give the Dutch side government any money? Because it just disappears. And it goes into structure. The cronyism structure. Now, since I call me a con man, right? I put a con man in government to con them back up so we can con it in the... to know how you're doing your kickbacks. Yeah? Because guess what? Where is the bank account of government? With Rhode Island Bank. Why do I need to put my money with Rhode Island Bank? No, we need to form Bank of Swaliga. Once we get a central bank back, form Bank of Swaliga. It is just a ministerial decree.
So you'll split the central bank into one for Curacao, one for St. Martin, and have a Swaliga bank, a development bank, or a Swaliga bank, or a bank for...
The name of the bank is going to be called Bank of Swaliga, just like you have Banque de Reserve pour los Dominicanos, and in France you have Banque de France, and in Guadeloupe you have Banque de Guadeloupe, and all over the country we're going to have Bank of Swaliga, so that the Swaligians can house. So when government put its money there, and everything is put there, you pay your taxes there, you pay everything there, centralized banking for us, so that we can develop our economy. But when you have a bank, central bank that is split between Curacao and St. Martin, and then those who are the political stooges is being controlled in the back, you squeeze us. Hey, Jean-Marc, the amount of dollars that pass through St. Martin on the rough estimate calculation I've done is over 10 billion per year, in and out, And we can't even capture 10% of that, 10 billion, You have people here talking about corralization, don't even understand that how you're going to control your economy with a currency that is not yours and paying 30 million to use that currency as your official currency. These people are blind. I just show you how to make 50 million with 1 million. Now I could show you how to make more and more and more, but if I continue talking like that on your radio station, which I know Omar and everybody else is listening tentatively, they're going to get intelligent. Because when I say that I'm going to build a houses and I'm going to give them 95% loan to value from Bank of Swaliga for 30-year mortgage, amortization at a 3 to 5% interest rate, which calculates about $449 in insurance, all of that included, for someone to be able to buy a home, develop under a housing authority, not a foundation where you can do corruption in. That's what it is, foundation. But under housing authority, everybody like, whoa, wow, let me shoot this man, my son. Is where you can take it. But inside of an authority, you can't do the kickbacks because an authority is a government organization. Foundation is not government organization. It cannot be audit.
That is my next question to you, Olivier.
$1 billion budget. You get it? So those who are the distributors of these aspects, your Hennessy, your alcohol, your this and wild out there. But that's where I'm going to make the money to cover the bases that will allow for no more income tax.
That that would work well in a country with one government that controls the whole tax system. But here we pretty much have two governments in one. On one island, and if the taxes are different on one side than the next, I mean, you're gonna
the taxes on your side is the taxes on your side in France. Yeah, the taxes on France is much more higher. To be quite frank with you, it would be beneficial to see when there is an import duty on alcohol that the alcohol side is very difficult to import alcohol for the douane. Qu'est-ce que tu penses? Que je comprends pas les lois françaises, mon frère. You have douane français. So the point is on the Dutch side, it's not balanced. You see, there is already import duties already in place. It's just not implemented. And I'm saying to you that alcohol, cigarettes, things of that sort will be taxed in order to cover my budget of $1 billion. Healthcare will be covered. For example, you have $1 million. Let me just give you basic mathematics. You ready?
Go ahead.
Basic mathematics.
I ain't good at math, but you go ahead.
This is my era. I may not be able to spell properly, but math I know very well. Antigua, Barbados, all the countries around, they have an environmental tax for every cruise ship passenger. We don't have none in St. Martin. So
you have a tourist.
I'm gonna put environmental. I didn't tell you tourist. Environment. You use my environment, you gotta pay. I'm gonna put the amount there. Let's say I put $50 million. $50. $50 per head times $1 million is what? That money can be spent for the senior citizens and all the different stuff. But those boys don't want to do that because when they get in the late kickbacks, where is the money to build the marketplace that the $600,000 that the cruise ship gives? They don't want to because they're putting that money in their pockets. Where is the $100 million that the European Union gave to develop Dutch Quarter? The board is still there, The board is still there. It is still there. But we're driving around acting like, Dutch Quarter's on fire. Wow. But the $100 million disappeared from the time of Sarah Westcott Williams and William Marlin and Marcel Gomes and all of them there. The money disappeared, but the board is still there. Did the European Union give it? Why you think no international countries don't want to give the Dutch side government any money? Because it just disappears. And it goes into structure. The cronyism structure. Now, since I call me a con man, right? I put a con man in government to con them back up so we can con it in the... to know how you're doing your kickbacks. Yeah? Because guess what? Where is the bank account of government? Windward Island Bank. Why do I need to put my money in Windward Island Bank? No, we need to form Bank of Swaliga. Once we get a central bank back, form Bank of Swaliga. It is just a ministerial decree.
So you'll form, you'll split the central bank into one for Curacao, one for St. Martin, and have a Swaliga bank, a development bank, or a Swaliga bank, or a bank for...
The name of the bank is going to be called Bank of Swaliga, just like how you have Banque de Reserve for los Dominicanos, and in France you have Banque de France, And in Guadeloupe, we have Banque de Guadeloupe, and all over the country, we're going to have Bank of Swaliga, so that the Swaligians can house. So when government put its money there, and everything is put there, you pay your taxes there, you pay everything there, centralized banking for us, so that we can develop our economy. But when you have a bank, central bank, that is split between Curacao and St. Martin, and then those who are the political stooges is being controlled in the back, you squeeze us. Hey, Jean-Marc, the amount of dollars that pass through St. Martin on the rough estimate calculation I've done is over 10 billion per year, in and out, And we can't even capture 10% of that, 10 billion, You have people here talking about garalization, don't even understand that how you're going to control your economy with a currency that is not yours and paying 30 million to use that currency as your official currency. These people are blind. I just show you how to make 50 million with 1 million. Now I could show you how to make more, but if I continue talking like that on your radio station, which I know Omar and everybody else is listening tentatively, they're going to get intelligent. Because when I say that I'm going to build a houses and I'm going to give them 95% loan to value from Bank of Swaliga for 30-year mortgage, amortization at a 3 to 5% interest rate, which calculates about $449 in insurance, all of that included, for someone to be able to buy a home, develop under a housing authority, not a foundation where you can do corruption in. That's what it is, foundation. But under housing authority, everybody like, whoa, wow, let me shoot this man, my son. Because inside of the foundation is where you can take it. But inside of an authority, you can't do the kickbacks because an authority is a government organization. Foundation is not government organization. It cannot be audit.
That is my next question to you, Olivier. How would you deal with the corruption and that you have been denouncing and the whole
invite the Dutch to come in
and the whole violence?
Before, right? You asked me a question. Before, I had my reservations, to work with the Dutch in certain aspects. I had my reservations. But when they fire gunshot on me and they kill me, I'm going to open the door and say, come, pick up whoever you want to pick up. Clean up. French, Français, yeah. United States of America, FBI, you need who you want to need, come in, I give you order to come, pick them up. Because the only person that can sign that decree to have them come in to pick up is your Prime Minister. This is why I said I want to be the Prime Minister. So how you ask me I'm going to deal with the corruption? Let the Biden come in to clean it up. It has already started. The military done here already. Let them come in. Reinforce. My friend Bukele is doing it. The world is changing. So you need this guy here. He's wanted. He's not my citizen. Go with him. You want he go with him? Go with them. Let's build a maximum security prison. Murder. Life is going to be 70 to 80 years. 1 year in prison is going to be 12 months. Lockdown. 23 hours a day. You have created this, Olivier. Before, a little leniency. Now, no leniency. Statutory rape. No longer can have sex with 16-year-old girls or 15-year-olds. The age of sexual consent in the country is going to be 18 and 6 months. Pedophilia sentence. Hardcore. I wrote all of this already in the Daily Herald. I talked about this already. So why are we surprised?
The gun violence that we experience, and not only on St. Martin, but throughout the Caribbean, how would you deal with that?
Throughout the Caribbean is not my problem.
No, but on St. Martin.
Yeah, this is my problem here. I don't want to talk about other people.
No, what I said is that, it's not only St. Martin that is experiencing this extreme gun violence. It's rampant throughout the Caribbean, and a lot of the Caribbean countries are increasing their penalties. What is your plan for that?
Guns does not kill people. People kill people with guns. So the gun violence is a matter of a human being executing this gun violence, right? The guy that murdered my wife and shoot me was motivated to do so.
Right.
So therefore, it is the person you have to deal with. This is why we're going to develop the SAF, St. Martin Armed Forces. The moment you become 18 years old, you are obligated to go to this and get training, development, so that you don't fall in the environment that is right now. You see what happened is there's idle hand, there's nothing to do. It's frustration. There is no money. There's no development. Your environment turns you into the person that you are. So we're going to tackle gun violence with education. We're going to tackle gun violence with moral understanding. We're going to tackle gun violence by paying people to bring in all of their illegal guns and go through the process to have a gun legally if you are eligible by not having a Class A or Class B felony. Because I still believe in the right to bear arms. Because if I had the right to bear arms, that night it would have been a different story. We don't have the right to bear arms in St. Martin. And obviously the government that is in place and the police and the military might disagree with me, but we have to establish a position whereby that the people who are fearful for their life at the present moment, not me but others, should have the right to protect themselves under a legal structure. The gun violence that you saw that has transpired in Mahu was between two gang members. They have their issue. It is not necessarily a St. Martin violent issue. It has happened in St. Martin because those who have promoted this event brought it to St. Martin. Let's talk about the gun violence that has happened to me. That is political. Now, that is something that you have to look at.
Olivier, before you get that, and you talked about, armed forces and creating, and which, some people would think that's a good idea. But that's pretty expensive to maintain. How would you finance that?
I just told you just a while ago, earlier on, and I'm going to say it again, just by applying an import duty and sales tax on alcohol and cigarettes, you create $1 billion budget. So to finance the SAF probably costs about $110 million. So I have $1 billion budget. At the present moment, the budget is 315 million guilders or 50 million guilders divided on 1.8. It's pocket change. I'm going to create $1 billion budget just by one aspect that I just told you. I have other ways to make it happen, but I don't want people to keep my ideas.
And I don't want you to give all your ideas, but question on this particular idea. Don't you think that if that was really feasible, that the governments would have done that already and put taxes on alcohol and cigarettes?
No, they won't do it because their families are the one who owns the distribution companies. So they prefer leaving it like that so they can continue getting their lovely kickbacks and their contributions towards, situation. I wouldn't do it if I own a distribution company. Let me ask you something. How much company in St. Martin we have making alcohol products and local products? I only know about one or two. Products like guava berry and the liqueur and whatnot. Those are products that's not going to have any kind of tariffs because those are tariff products that belongs to us. But when you have your Hennessy and all of these foreign products that come in here plaguing our society, cool. We can add money to it and make money to it. At the end of the day, the cigarette user and the alcohol user, they're not going to have any problem with it because at the end of the day, when they fall sick or they have issues going on, they will want to feel secure that they have monies put into an area for their perfect health care. You don't have no money. So are you saying to me that you disagree with tariff on cigarettes and alcohol to betterment of the country?
No, we're not saying that. We're just questioning. Just questioning the fact on how you will finance some of your projects that you've been proposing during your campaigning.
I just said it to you. That, for example, putting a tariff on cigarette and alcohol will create $1 billion budget. Right now, your budget is 350 million guilders. I have created $1 billion budget. I can dump 100 million in law enforcement. I can dump another 100 million in education. I can dump 100 million in healthcare. There's so much money can dump $1 billion. It's easy. Look at Cayman Island. Man, oh my God, this is so simple. But you must have the will to do it. But it cannot be done under these governments. It cannot be done under the government that was there in the past and the government that is there now, because they're all intertwined into businesses. Obviously, if I am a silent owner of a business, I'm not going to put any taxes that's going to prevent me from making any money. Everybody is trying to screw government instead of working with government. Government should not be in the business of competing with the economy. Government should be in the business of regulating the economy. The government is competing in the economy.
Let's move on to your program. Let's move on to your program. National sovereignty within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. What does that mean?
Right now we have the national sovereignty, meaning that I want to be able to create a secondary passport in similarity to the Cayman Islands. If you look at the Cayman Islands, they have British passport and they have Cayman Island. That's what that means. I want to be able to create that essence for the natural born citizens of St. Martin and the ones that are former Netherlands Antilles citizens that migrated to St. Martin before 1010, between the year of 1960 to before 1010. They'll be the ones that qualify under that program to receive that type of benefit.
And what benefits will that be? Just having a passport that says that you're from St. Martin?
These people will be exempted from certain taxes and certain things in the country. So, for example, they'll be exempted from the payroll taxes and whatnot. Those who are immigrants that come here to work and ship their money out and use St. Martin as a tripling or whatever the case may be, they're the ones that's going to contribute heavily to the society, just like how it's done in the Cayman Islands.
Okay. Now, good governance and transparency, which is again coming back to how you would deal with corruption, maybe. But you have here. And you said earlier that you would want the Dutch also to come in to fight the corruption, but we have already some entities in place that pinpoints where things go bad, like with the budget, the CFT, and the integrity chamber, and all of those things. Would you continue with those or create your own?
The problem is what we're going to do. Everything must be public. Every document, for example, every minister, everything that goes on in government must be public, for the exception of national security matters.
But they are sensitive issues, Olivier, that every government don't make everything public.
I doubt if you go to the U.S., everything is public if it's not national security. In the Dominican Republic, everything is public if it's not national security. You can go right now on any government website and pull up anything about anything. Everything is public, and even in Holland, everything is public if it's not national security. So if Zamak is going to get a contract, it's public. Everything is public. You can go on a website, you can download it. Up to now, you don't have no public information on the last financials of all government-owned companies. Everything is a secret. There's something that's called Le Bazouk. You got to go apply for it. No, I don't want application for it. Everything must be public.
So you mean a government should publish and not you as a citizen should go look for it, because everything is public.
Publish, yes.
Everything is public, but you in some systems you have to go look for it, and in some other systems it is published.
No. In our system under OMC, everything will be public. Must be public.
Yeah.
The people must know. That's called transparency. and a person apply for a license, hey, this person apply objection and all these. It must be public, yeah.
But things are not published in the National Gazette? Everything is not published in the National Gazette on your side of the island?
No. National Gazette only publishes what law comes out, what different things comes out. But can you find out if I ever applied for a license in civil aviation? We don't even have a civil aviation website. You don't even have an economic. Where's the economic authority website? Where is it? Where's the email of a parliamentarian in this country? Gmail.com? At gmail.com? I mean, it's embarrassing, man. I mean, my friend, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and we at OMC is going to get it done.
Now, you're campaigning. You said no billboards or no public campaign. You're doing house to house. Security-wise, is that a difficult situation? Because I mean, I know you.
At the present moment, me personally, I don't do house to house, but my candidate does house to house. Everybody else does, those different aspects and get things done. And we don't do billboards because it's not necessary. People can't eat billboards, Christopher Emmanuel said the other day, big millionaire, but he ain't got no billboards up. But he forgot that Theo Heiliger is the one that's paying for his billboards because the party belongs to Theo Heiliger. So I don't do billboards.
You got any facts on that one? You got any facts on that one?
You telling me I don't, and I'm the one that got them 2 seats the last election, man, Jamak, man. You really insulted my intelligence, man. If you look at DP billboard, it's the same thing as Christopher Emmanuel billboard. Who the containers belong to? Team Theo Faro? The 2 containers, them? I mean, come on, man. Pick sense out of nonsense now. If you want to so believe rumors, why you don't believe my rumor then?
But that's why I want you to talk.
Why you don't want to believe my rumor, but you want to call my facts? You want to call my facts? Do you know that Theo Heiliger and Christopher Emmanuel been boys long time? When Christopher was minister, I know people that went to get permit. They went to talk to TNT. They said, don't worry, when Christopher get in, the permit gonna be released. You know that Grisha was supposed to be on the Now Party? You know that? But I, man, am really living in a rumor bubble that. But when Olivier give I the facts, I'll be like, boy, my son, the party belongs to Theo. That's why Kevin Mingred had to go back by the boss, man. The party belongs to Theo Heiliger. He funded. He started it. Rick Christopher get money to do those things. He can't even fix that beat up car he's driving around every day in. Can't fix it with a French number plate. You are a parliamentarian. You are a parliamentarian on the that side of the island, driving a car with a French number plate and not contributing to the taxes to the road, but then after talking about Olivier Arrindell.
Yeah, but he has that right. He maybe have an address over here, and I think he has that right. French.
Oh, he has that right. So let me ask you a question. You're a parliamentarian in a foreign country, and you live in another foreign country. But then after you talking about me not paying income tax in St. Martin, because the system is set up in a way that if you don't reside in this place for a certain amount of time and hours, you don't have to pay income tax. But then you find it necessary for you to discuss about other people to be paying road tax and those type of things. That's called hypocrisy, Mr. Shamar. Right. You are a member of parliament. We know that you was not born on Swaliga. We know that. So because of technicality, you have received the right to become a member of parliament. This is why when you see inside of the Swaligan situation that I've posted there in our philosophy, it's clear the autonomy, the right, the sovereignty within. To avoid persons like that to destabilize our system because all they care is about is money. What have they accomplished in our society in the sense of development in the country? Nothing. You talk about the dump. You go on a dump, you go with a pick. But it's the very same dump that you build there with Buncampa. Buncampa is partners with you, sitting there with Grisha. All of them is one bubble. All of them is one happy family. So when you see those billboards, and there's one place they all come out. I don't do billboards. because it messes up the environment. It is not good for the environment, and it does not give the people the message. You see how you and I are talking? These are the serious facts. These are the crooks that sits in your government. You cannot be a representative of the people and you're driving around with a number plate of the Republic of France. Make up your mind.
Olivier, you got about 30 seconds to convince the population and our listeners to vote for you. Why should we vote for Olivier Arrindell?
It is very simple. Passion is something that lives within my heart. Honesty and transparency and dedication for the righteousness of the small man and to balance out our country and put it back on track is the simple reason you should give me the opportunity to do what I have said that I'm going to do. Every single person has been there already. Every single person have shown you what they're capable. You can never change your position once you have set in your mind of what they have done in the past already. We at OMC is very dedicated and very steadfast to have a straight vision.
Wow, we lost Olivier there, right at the end of the program. This has been a